So you've probably been told you need to spend almost every day training and just sucking off the gym so you can get shredded, bro. But for most guys, this is just a shitty approach because it doesn't work around your work, your family life, or your social time. In fact, I only train for 2 days a week, and I have done for the last 2.5 years now. And after helping loads of guys do the same inside Limitless and get great results, I can confidently say this is the best way to train if you want to both look and feel like $1,000,000 without having to live inside of the gym. So in this video, I'm going to show you the big problem with typical 4 to 6 day splits, the mistake most guys make when they switch over to minimalist training, and then the 2-day build system I've created to solve this. So the 2-day build system is split up into 3 phases. Phase 1, the build zone. Phase 2, the red zone. And phase 3, the growth zone. And it's crucial the body goes through each of these phases before the next session. And not having this system in place is one of the biggest problems I see with guys who come inside Limitless. And it's one of the main reasons they can't get their energy back or make any progress in their training. So I've put together a full 3-week mini course, which is designed to take you from low energy to feeling fucking elite again in just 3 weeks. It'll be a quick 3-minute daily read, and I'll send it straight to your inbox. So if you want to grab that, just click the link in the description. Now, before we go into this system, we need to understand what the actual problem is with high frequency training, especially if you have a life and actually want to make progress in the gym, so you're not just pissing in the wind for another year. So the old way was this: train 4, 5, 6 days a week in the gym, train every single individual muscle separately, do a shitload of volume on them, and then just hammer away the body. And over 12 years now, I've tried every single split. I've done the bro split, done the push-pull legs, upper lower, even hybrid training, whatever the fuck that means. And I found that there's typically 3 main problems with all of these. So number 1, your whole life ends up revolving around the gym. Number 2, your body struggles with the demands and just ends up under constant stress and strain. And then number 3, this just means that your energy is shot and you never actually feel good. But the 2-day build system has sorted all of this. I've got my time back, I'm actually making progress again, and I actually feel fucking great again. Now, it's no secret, this whole minimalist training approach has been around for many years. You know, Mike Mensa, Dorian Yates, these guys, they were doing it 30, 40 years ago. So just training less is nothing new, and there's people like Tim Ferriss and Andrew Huberman doing things like this now. But I still found some problems with this Mike Mensa training style, which is why I created this new system. So the first is that they're only hitting the muscle usually once a week. So there's been a shitload of studies on this now, and I found this in my own training, that hitting the muscle twice in a week is the sweet spot for naturals. The second point, now, I'm all for training intensely, but these guys are fucking lunatics. This style of training, all out, balls out for 45 minutes, just go, 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 is just not conducive to a good training session. And the only people who can do this are people on steroids. So what we want to do is condense these, 3 days all out sessions down to 2 days, just nice, slow, steady, full body sessions. So then you've got 2 days of training and 5 days of full rest, where we can design a full rest and recovery protocol outside of the gym. But how do you do that? Well, let's go through the 3 phases of the 2-day build system. So phase 1, build. So the first phase is what I call the build zone. So this is where your body's primed, it's fueled, it's 100% ready to go. But how do you know when you're in the build zone? Well, have you ever been there where you're 20 minutes before training, but you're still aching, you trained hard as fuck yesterday, you got some niggles, and you're just not asked about your session? Well, this is your body telling you you're not in the build zone. And so when you go to train for the 2nd, 3rd day in a row, you either just have to fight through it, put up with all the bullshit, and hopefully you don't get injured, or you skip your session and feel really guilty. And this is exactly why you're a guy who's stuck sacrificing for the gym, putting all your evenings and all your effort into it, with fuck all to show for it, because you're not letting yourself heal properly. So that's when you're not in the build zone. What's the signs that you are in the build zone? Well, you'll feel fucking excited to train. That's pretty much it. But how do you actually set this training up? Well, fortunately, there's only 2 days to split up. So on Monday is what I call mass. So this is about more your heavier compounds, lifting your main weights that are going to add the mass to your body. And then on Thursday is what I call mold. So this is still going to be heavy, but it's going to have more of the accessories, more of the higher reps, and actually sculpting the body out. So you can think of it as building a stone and then sculpting the stone. So they're the 2 days of how I split the training up. So this hits all muscle groups twice. It gives you your time and life back. It stops you pretty much ever getting injured. And you will make more progress doing this in the next few months than you have in the last year. I can guarantee that. Okay, so phase 2 is the red zone. So this is the first 24 to 36 hours after you finish your session. And this is actually the most important part of your recovery, but it's where 95% of guys will fuck it up. So back when I was in my peak bro years, I was doing a 5-day training split and partying quite often. Okay, I was pretty much an alcoholic, but by the by. So to maximize my grafting potential is to go hit a session right before going out on the night out. And I would often actually take my going out clothes with me to the gym, get changed there, and then go straight to my mate's pre-drinks. Now, I haven't drank for over 3.5 years now, but I would never, ever train before drinking now. But why is that? Well, as soon as you drink, your body can't do anything else except process the alcohol out the body. So it means everything you've done has pretty much just become useless. And to show you this, I'll put on screen now my first 6 months from after I quit booze, and you can see the difference in the physique. But this is only one of 3 mistakes guys make when they're in the red zone. So the second one is just training again. So if you're currently doing a 4, 5, 6 day training split, then you probably have to train twice, even 3 times in a row back to back. But this just puts so much stress on the body and is one of the main reasons people get injured. So you need to get your red zone recovery nailed. And the third mistake is just everything you do that day. So most guys will be super stressed out, they will sleep like shit, and they won't have a proper nutrition approach to help them supercharge their metabolism and become a fucking metabolic thermos with elite energy. This is exactly what we do with our metabolic priming system. If you want help building out your 2-day lifestyle so you can actually have fucking savage energy again without having to live inside the gym, click the link below and get yourself in for the next cohort. Okay, so once you're out the red zone, how do you actually start feeling good again? Well, this takes us on to phase 3, the growth zone. This is where the actual growth is made. So I want you to think of the body not in individual body parts. I want you to think of it as one cohesive unit. And when you train the body, it all has to heal together. So this is where the growth phase comes in. And this is just the physique. The real magic happens outside the gym. But if you follow this system correctly, you'll notice your mood is skyrocketed, you'll have better energy levels, and you'll see a huge difference in your stress levels. But how do you do that? Well, there are 3 main steps I want you to follow. So the first step is replenish. So after you've come out of the red zone, you want to give your body as much of the right nutrition to fill the muscles back out and get the nutrients to them. The second step is movement. You want to increase blood flow around the body, especially to the muscles. So this increases recovery and brings nutrients to the body whilst lowering stress levels. And then the third step is energy. So here we want to actively bring back your hormones into balance so your testosterone can actually rise, your energy will come back up, and you'll be 100% ready to fucking go for it in the build zone again. If you want help putting this all together, I'd love to welcome you inside the Lifestyle Athlete. This is a 90-day cohort where we focus on giving you fucking elite energy again without having to live inside the gym. There are less than 10 spots available. We kick off on the 1st. All right, so that's how you set up your training. But how do you actually design your life outside the gym? Well, watch this video next where I'll show you exactly how to set up your life to work around a busy work schedule, to do cool shit, to eat good food and have a good fucking time without it ruining your progress.